Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome to High Noon Friday, Fredonia's longest-running variety radio program, brought to you by WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm Matt Gillespie.
And I'm Jackson DiCarlo. Today's episode is available streaming worldwide at FredoniaRadio.com.
Coming up, we'll have the local news, the weather, and the international news. But first, for campus news. The Fredonia Technology Incubator continues its Arts and Business Luncheon series with a discussion led by prominent filmmaker and author Gregory Lamberson. It will be hosted soon at the incubator located in Dunkirk, so be sure to check it out on the Fredonia Events website. The SUNY Fredonia Business Club will be conducting a clothing drive today until 3 p.m. in an effort to open a business attire clothing store in the fall semester. Be sure to donate any unwanted clothes to help benefit the business club on campus. All throughout the weekend, a number of student recitals will be hosted virtually for all to attend. Each recital brings new and exciting music for you to experience, so be sure to check out the Fredonia Events page online to check out all the recitals that you can attend.
Thank you, Matt. Today we have a wild extended game of trivia planned for you wonderful listeners, along with some fantastic segments such as Just the Facts and the Weekly Chat.
Let's start with our local news prepared by Topher Elkins and sports prepared by Josh Schmitt, along with weather updates prepared by Jules Hoepting. What's going on in the news, Topher?
In local Western New York news this week, those looking to run in the Buffalo Marathon next month, you'll now have more than 2 additional months of training. The annual run has been pushed back from its original date at the end of May. The new dates for the run have been moved to its first alternative date of June 26th and 27th. The virtual event will now take place from June 19th to the 26th. Officials say participants can push back their entry until 2022, 2023, or 2024 for free up until Friday, June 25th. You can switch to the virtual event and earn a 50% off discount to register for the 2022 event. For more information, select COVID updates on the Buffalo Marathon website.
Hello everyone, I'm Josh Schmitt here with your High Noon Friday sports update. In NHL news, the league finalized a TV broadcasting deal with ESPN and Turner Broadcasting on Tuesday that will see the league return to ESPN for the first time in almost 20 years and make its debut on Turner. The agreement is set to last for 7 seasons, with ESPN broadcasting 4 of the next 7 Stanley Cups and Turner broadcasting 3. The league will be paid $625 million per season, amounting in a grand total of $4.3 billion by the end of the agreement. In other news, former Sabres goaltender Ryan Miller announced today that he will be retiring at the end of the season. Miller is the most winningest goaltender in the ranks of U.S.-born goaltenders and is 14th in all-time goaltenders in the history of the league. Miller played 12 of his seasons with the Sabres, half a season with St. Louis, 3 years with the Vancouver Canucks, and 4 years with the Anaheim Ducks. In Fredonia sports news, the women's softball team will find themselves playing 6 SUNYAC games in the next 3 days, with a doubleheader tonight against Buff State, a doubleheader tomorrow for Senior Day against Geneseo, and a doubleheader in Brockport on Sunday. The team wraps up their regular season play on the 5th against Oswego. They currently sit in 4th place with a record of 4-4, looking to use this weekend to slingshot themselves into playoffs. You've been listening to your High Noon Friday sports update on WDVL 89.5 The Inferno and WCVF 88.9 The Voice.
The Northern Chautauqua Weather Update, being brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Good afternoon, Fredonia. It's your weather girl here, Jules Hoepting, with your 5-day weather forecast. So when you think of springtime weather, you probably think of lots of rain and temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Well, guess what? That's exactly what the weather has served up for you this week. Today, mostly cloudy with a high near 48, windy with west wind 21 to 28 miles per hour. Tonight, that cloudiness continues, then gradually becomes more clear with a low around 37. Breezy with a west wind 14 to 23 miles per hour with gusts gusting up to 33 miles per hour. Tomorrow, slight chance of showers after 2 p.m., mostly sunny with a high near 57, southwest wind 8 to 13 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, probability of showers continue mainly after 8 p.m. and then predominantly cloudy with a low around 49. Little breezy too. Sunday, chance of showers before 2 p.m., then partially sunny with a high near 67. Sunday night, a chance of showers after 2 a.m., predominantly cloudy with a low around 54. Monday, showers are likely, mainly after 2 p.m., and then mostly cloudy with a high near 66. Monday night, showers are still likely, mainly before 2 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 50. Tuesday, a chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 64. And that concludes your weather report. Let's bring it on back to our hosts.
Thanks, Topher, Josh, and Jules. We're going to dive right into our weekly segments. To start, here's Just the Facts.
Welcome back to Just the Facts, where we talk about only facts, no opinions, just facts. Today we have a very special episode, because when you think of facts, Snapple might come to mind.
It does.
Yes.
I just didn't introduce you guys.
Yeah, you didn't. you jumped right
I
into
didn't
the
even
Snapple.
notice it until we started speaking. Until Alex
Roll
and
it
I
back. Welcome back to Just the Facts, where we talk about only facts, no opinions, just facts. With Alex,
Hello.
Chloe.
Hello.
Today, we have a special episode in mind. When you think of facts, you might think of Snapple.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think of Snapple, yes.
Yes, yes.
Almost every bottle has a fact under the cap.
I've never seen a Snapple bottle without a fact.
I have
I
not.
haven't either, but I don't want
Yeah.
to say all of them unless that's wrong.
That is true. It's
That's
only the
true.
bottles, though, not the cans.
That's
See,
true.
there you go.
Important distinction.
So we have not looked at our facts yet. We just opened our bottles before this.
Yes.
Alex, look at your fact and tell us.
At the deepest point in the ocean, the water pressure is equivalent to having about 50 jumbo jets piled on top of you.
That's terrifying.
So specific.
That
Ocean
is
fact.
very
How did they find that
Ocean
statistic?
fact.
I would like to know.
Probably like a submarine with a barometer.
Oh, true.
That was not meant.
What level of the sea? Just deep down?
It says the my thing.
It
was
didn't
upside
just say the
down. The
deepest?
deepest point. in
Yeah.
The
ocean.
deepest point.
So like in the Mariana Trench, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to actually bring that up, yeah.
Yeah. Why do we all know that? Just like a common knowledge
Because
thing.
we know facts.
We do. We
we
do know
do.
facts. We are fact professionals. We know all the facts ever.
We don't know any opinions.
We don't know
just facts.
opinions. Opinions are not allowed.
We are
So-
completely unbiased sources.
Yes. Because we use Snopes.
Oh,
Chloe.
man.
Take a look at your cap.
No.
Every week.
Every
I'm
week
just
she
kidding.
says no to you.
I'm just
It's not
kidding.
even
I'll
funny
do it.
anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I
I
laughed,
want
but
to read it.
too
Read it.
bad. Read it.
When a koala is born, it is about the size of a jelly.
Yo, I had a guess that it was going to be about koalas.
For those not aware, koala was an endearing nickname for
No, it
dear
was awful.
Chloe Kowalyk in her
No.
younger days.
No.
That's sad.
That's fate. That is that.
I have tears coming out of my eyes.
You didn't choose that Snapple bottle. That Snapple bottle chose you.
And it was
I
even more perfect because I didn't even know what kind I was gonna get going in.
I thought it was going to be about either koalas or chihuahuas.
Anyway, my fact. When a koala is born, it is about the size of a jelly bean. Alex, you have a habit of calling people jelly bean too.
I do have. I got yelled at one time for calling someone jelly bean.
Yeah, I still
I-
don't understand that.
I. What did I say again?
What do you mean jelly bean?
Yeah, what do you mean, jelly bean? Which, like, my dad says that all
I've
the time.
heard that. It is a dad thing to say, which is probably why you said it.
Yeah, because I'm a dad.
Right.
Obviously.
Of course.
Only in spirit, though. I just said, what do you mean, jelly bean? The person was like, excuse me? I was so taken aback. Like, do people not say that?
No,
Like, is that
people
not
say
a
that.
common?
People
Not
say
a lot
that.
of people say that?
I don't.
You don't?
I have never said it, but I've heard people say it.
Okay.
Except for just now when I just
It's
said
probably something I would say if I like knew it more commonly.
it. Gee Willikers.
G. Willikers, Batman. Oh, that's radical, bro.
What about you, Hunter?
No,
What's
you're not the
your,
host. You're stealing his
Oh, you want to
position.
hear my fact?
Yeah, I want to hear
Alex?
your fact.
I want to hear my fact too. It's upside down. One alternate title that had been considered for NBC's hit Friends was Insomnia Cafe.
That's creepy.
Wait.
I don't like that title.
I
don't
don't
either.
either. It doesn't fit.
Good
Like,
thing they changed it.
Why would it? Where does the like the coffee shop, right? That makes sense. That's where
Yes.
they. But why insomnia? I heard that right?
Yeah.
You're
I
right.
don't know anything about Friends.
Yeah, I've never watched Friends before.
Okay, I've watched it, and there's like maybe one episode where they like stay up all night, but like
Maybe because you're staying up all night watching the show.
no.
No?
No.
Is Friends not a show that you watch like through the night?
I assume it would be related to the show and not the people watching
What
the show.
do you watch late
Yes,
at night,
of
Hunter?
course.
What is one
The
show?
back of my eyelids?
Yeah.
When I had TV, it was like George Lopez, Full House.
I
Yeah,
hated
yeah.
George Lopez.
Why?
That intro song.
You
That's
hate
the
Lowrider?
best part. That's the best part.
I
Alex-
despise.
Okay, anyway,
that-
Hunter.
Rah,
So just the
go,
facts. We're not
Just a
including
little
Alex anymore.
higher.
I hated that song.
Why?
And because of that, I never watched the show.
Like even did you have like a traumatic experience at 2 a.m. with it or something? Or
I-
are you
I've
just
had-
a hater?
I've had many, but I just hate that song.
But I think Friends is definitely a better title.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Well, that has been Just the Facts for this week and this semester. This has been the final episode that'll go out, and we will see you next semester with Hunter, Alex, and Chloe.
Bye.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Another great segment from the Just the Facts crew.
Yeah, it was alright.
Next up is the weekly chat with Spencer Eisenhauer.
Hello and welcome to the weekly chat. My name is Spencer Eisenhauer and I'll be your host. Today we're going to focus on space-time and Einstein's theory of general relativity. Now space, like I said before, is a huge place. There are massive objects in space. Now physicists figured out that there are 3 dimensions. Well, technically, there's actually 4. You heard of 3D, right? There's length, width, height, and there's a 4th one. It's not space, it's not time, but you guessed it, it's space-time. Now when I first heard of space-time, it blew my mind, because this brings in Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity. Now to give you a little more insight as to what the theory of general relativity is, here's Brian Greene, a theoretical physicist, during one of his talks.
In the spring of 1905, a storm broke out in the mind of Albert Einstein. At least that is how Einstein himself described it later in life. And the result of that storm of thinking is the special theory of relativity, a theory that completely transforms our understanding of space and time. When we look out at the universe, we recognize that there are a huge range of scales that constitute reality.
Now, Brian was basically saying that Albert Einstein proposed space-time, and that's the 4th dimension. And what's even crazier is that physicists think that there might be up to 10 dimensions. I'm not even going to dive into that today, for my sake and yours. Now, space-time is so interesting because it basically means everything in the observable universe, from stars to the movement of our hands, is moving through space-time. If you have time, and if you have space, and if you have an object moving through that, that's space-time. So say you take your hand up by your head, and you move it 1 foot away from your face. Think about it. It takes time to do that. It takes space to do that. The same thing goes for the movement of stars, planets, and everything else, literally everything else in the observable universe. Gravity plays a huge role as well. If you look at space in a grid, you would see the grid bends around our Earth. Now this isn't any matrix stuff, even though it does kind of look like it. It's just basically saying you have a massive, heavy object and it's occupying space, and it's moving through space, therefore occupying time. Now let's take something a little smaller. A photon shot out from our sun. So a photon is basically a light particle that's moving at about 600 million miles an hour. So this photon from the sun reaching Earth takes about 8.5 minutes, and it's moving through space-time. Now, like I said before, in our Earth example, it takes up and makes a dent in space. Even though it's incredibly small, it still takes up space and it still occupies time. Now, here's where things get a little weird. Wormholes. Now, wormholes can be closely associated with black holes because a lot of theorists think that on the other side of a black hole is, well, a white hole. Now, a white hole is basically all that matter that is sucked in through a black hole. You could also classify this as a wormhole, but a wormhole is basically connecting 2 points in space. So say, for example, we're here on Earth and we wanted to get to Sagittarius A star, which is the supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy. This would literally bend space to make the trip shorter. Take a piece of paper, for example. You have one end of the piece of paper and you have the other end. If you bend the two in half, connecting the two ends into a closer time, it takes a shorter distance to cross. So this is why maybe in the future we could possibly use wormholes to travel vast distances. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning into the weekly chat. Stay tuned for another episode next week. You're listening to 88.9 WCBF, the campus and community voice of Fredonia, and 89.5 WDVL, the Inferno, right here on High Noon Friday. And until next time, I'll talk to you then.
Thanks for the segment. Now let's bring it back to Topher with the international news.
The United States Department of Agriculture has announced that all schools can continue to give out free lunches to students through June of 2022. The USDA has also been offering alternative pickup and delivery options, as well as the ability to serve meals in non-group settings. For years, the USDA has had a national food program to provide low-cost or free lunches to low-income families. Originally, families needed to meet a certain income requirement to qualify, but this has been changed due to the pandemic. The USDA says it's now boosting the amount schools are reimbursed for each meal in order to help schools continue to meet nutrition guidelines.
Thanks for the updates, Topher. Finally, we have something special for you all that are listening. It's time for Trivia Slightly After 12.
Long ago in the far, far away galaxy of SUNY Fredonia, members of the Fredonia radio systems banded together in their love of trivia to battle it out in this epic fight of knowledge. In this galactic clash, members of FRS from planets light years away have joined this duel of wits for the chance to win eternal glory. But what remains to be seen is who will triumph and who will fall to the dark side.
Hello, I am Sara Skywalker Gorton, and I am back yet again for High Noon Trivia, and I'm very happy to be here as always.
I hope you're happy to be here after this display.
Oh yeah, for sure. Quite some display, that's for sure.
Hi, my name is Olivia Rokosz. I am the Chief Archivist at Fredonia Radio Systems, and I'm eating Doritos. That's it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And fun fact, she also just got a Switch today, so she's been playing her Switch.
I did. I didn't want to brag though.
Okay.
I thought about
don't. As long as I don't hear the clickies on air, we're good.
Clicky.
And I am Alex Erwin, resident Fallout 76 fan, and
gross.
Friend of the station, I suppose.
Sure. Okay. If you want to call yourself that, you're welcome to.
You lost if you. All right, we didn't even. This is gonna be the first time it's ever happened, but you're gonna earn a Fallout 76 fan point that's gonna impact you negatively. So
that is like one of the worst points you can get.
Already?
Yeah, already.
It's
the first time it's happened. We haven't even
Todd
started
Howard,
yet.
I promise this is worth $200 collector's edition points.
Yeah.
All right. So this has already been a draining experience.
We're gonna.
But
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Right, it's the same rules as it always is. You read the we read the question, you yell your name. Whoever gets it first gets to do the thing, answer it. Each question's worth a point. At the end, whoever has the most wins. This week we're doing Star Wars.
Whoa!
Who here has seen Star Wars?
Raise your hand.
I have.
I have. How are we gonna raise our hand?
Yeah.
Everyone has
that's the
seen
point.
Star Wars. How big of a
Yes.
fan is everyone here in terms of Star Wars? How big are you, Sarah?
A really, really big fan.
Mm-hmm.
Love Star Wars. Yes, I went. I don't know if you recall, but I was my very first semester here for the Halloween contest at the radio station. I was Rey, and who won? I won. So yes, I'm a very big fan.
That's true.
What's your favorite Star Wars film, show, product?
Probably A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back, the originals.
Okay. Olivia, what about you?
Yeah.
What's your situation?
Or The Mandalorian.
Well, I mean, I've seen all of the original, like the prequels. I've seen 1 through, I guess, 9, right?
Okay. Yep.
But like, I haven't seen The Mandalorian, and everyone hates me for that. So I was ashamed to come and show up today.
Okay.
Especially in front of
should
Sarah,
be.
because I know she's a super fan, and yeah.
Yes.
I can't
What about
embarrass
you,
myself
Alex?
in front of her.
I know. Alex is a super big fan, correct?
Oh, I am an incredible fan of Star Wars. I've watched them.
All of them?
I've watched all of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm.
I've also
Yeah.
watched Mandalorian and occasional Clone Wars. My favorite one, I'd probably have to say Revenge of the Sith.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, a little controversial take, but
Controversial one, definitely, but
At least you pick the best one of the prequels.
yes, of course.
I
I
think the
just
prequels
remembered.
are brilliant. So.
So here's why we bring that up.
Star Wars Rebels
the reason
is
why
also
we
really good.
the reason why we bring that up is because we chose questions that you are not going to know. We looked
Glad
through
to hear.
all of the content, including, we'll give a little hint as to one of them. One of the questions pertains to a single line of a 150-page journal that is only mentioned once. So,
This is all canon. It's all off
This
of
is all canon.
Wikipedia.
All right.
This is all stuff that someone wrote and is official Star Wars material. So if we're ready, cue the funny Star Wars trivia music, and we'll go with question 1. Okay, this one's pretty easy. How tall is Chewbacca canonically? We are the same height. Is it 6'8", 8'11", 7'6", or 9'4"?
Alex.
Alex.
I'm gonna go with 9'4".
It is not 9'4".
Sarah.
Sarah.
Was it? Hang on, I forgot the numbers. Can you read the numbers again?
Oh, buzzing
I'm
in before
sorry.
you know the answer. That's disgraceful, but okay. 6'8", 8'11", or 7'6". Surprised that Fallout 76 superfan didn't go with 7'6".
Yeah, what is
What was
that?
what was your choice, Sarah?
8'11".
It is 8'11".
Oh, it's correct.
Chewbacca and I are
Wow.
both
I did
8 feet
remember
11 inches.
That
Fun
makes-
And
fact.
also another cool thing that we're gonna do is our fun facts are just smaller pieces of canon they're canon. They're not
Alright.
known, but they're canon.
That's fun.
Like many of his people, Chewbacca preferred their native bowcaster as his personal weapon. As these were handcrafted, he was proficient in designing and manufacturing them, and created several over time.
There it is.
That's pretty bougie.
Okay.
He makes his
He made
guns.
several of them, and you only see one of them.
Ever.
Ever. But he's made several. Don't worry.
He can make it.
All right, guys. Question number 2. This is also another easy one. Which of these species' names is never mentioned in the films? They're there, but which name is never mentioned? Is it Ewoks? Is it Wookiees? Is it Jawas? Or is it Klatooinians?
Sarah.
Sarah,
Is it the Klatooinians?
that is incorrect.
Darn it.
Olivia.
Olivia!
I want to say they never said the word Ewok.
That's correct. They have
I
never
was-
said the word Ewoks.
I was gonna
in
say,
the
like,
film.
you saw them running around, but I just don't remember them saying, "Those are
Yeah.
the Ewoks." Like, what? Like, I just,
I was
Here's
about
just-
to
we just
say
knew.
that.
Like, they never.
Now
I never
remember,
thought
now
about
remember, These facts that we're going to share with you are canon. Here's a canon fact. This is true. Fact. As a manner of the recompense for saving Endor, some Ewoks agreed to travel off-world to help Rebel veterans recuperate, working with Dr. Arsad as therapy Ewoks. Therapy Ewoks were offered to those who had suffered the horrors of war, such as witnessing tragedy, and needed help with recovery.
You're a therapy
You never
Ewok.
see it anywhere.
Is that nice?
You never see it. Yeah, your little therapy Ewok. You know how you have like therapy dogs and therapy cats? You can have a therapy Ewok.
I was gonna say, like, basically PTSD. Like, if you, yeah.
Just a furry person to hang out with.
Literally
Your own
just a furry
personal
person that walks
Therewalk.
out.
Your little furry attendant. Just.
All right,
Not
question
mentioned anywhere, by the way.
3. Question 3. The original 1977 Star Wars film was nominated for several Academy Awards. Who of the following did not win one? Is it A, John Williams for Best Score, B, Marcia Lucas for Best Editing, C, George Lucas for Best Director and Screenplay, or D, John Molo for Best Costume Design?
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm gonna say George Lucas.
That is correct. George Lucas did not win anything at the Academy Awards. They were nominated for 11 awards, and they won 7. George Lucas didn't win any himself.
It's so upsetting.
Eh.
I have a 500. I have a 500-page biography about George Lucas sitting in my room at my house, and I've read some of it. It's pretty interesting, actually.
You read all of it? You read 500 pages worth of it.
Not
She-
yet, but I'm
She
going
just
to
said
finish
she
it.
didn't read all
I
of
was
it
about to
yet.
say that, but I was like, you know, I've clowned Matt
Sorry.
pretty hard today. I think I'll let him have this one, and then you guys were like, nah.
It cut out. It cut out for me. Alright, anyway, question 4. Question 4. The E11 blaster rifle is the blaster rifle used by the clones. But how many variants of the E11 blaster rifle are there? Is it 5, 6, 7, or 8?
Sarah.
Sarah.
8.
8 is correct. There
What?
is 8 whole different variants, and it's pretty nuts. That's what they look like, but there are different ones, such as the E11S, which is designed for long-range combat, manufactured by Blastech Industries, and there is another one that is designed with a longer, heavier barrel for better controlled fire.
Nice.
So
I
fascinating.
Actually,
I was gonna
feel
say-
I've heard of this at some point.
I was gonna say this isn't a jab at just people that love Star Wars, but like I'm glad they spent so much time on what guns the clones are using.
Oh, yo, that's
Han
that's
Solo got
nothing
his
compared
boots
to-
at the space store.
That's canon. Like, once you go on Wikipedia and you just look at,
Just reading the articles is comedy in itself. It's pretty great.
it's just so nuts. There's
So-
some things in there that you don't expect.
This is where we start getting off the rails. So
Yeah.
if you thought this
Yeah.
is kind of
The
weird now,
psychology of clones. They have feelings.
oh, they
Just-
do. They're people.
Sure.
Here we go.
Okay. Here's question 5. Who is Bidlo Quirv? Who is Bildo Quirv? Is he A, the Jawa that kicked C-3PO? B, the youngling that Anakin murdered first? C, a smuggler friend of Han Solo? Or D, a skull in Jabba's Rancor pit?
Alex,
Alex was first on my end.
What?
I'm going to say poor Bildo was the first child killed.
No.
Oh.
Sarah.
Sarah,
A.
that he was Jawa that kicked C-3PO?
Yeah.
No.
What were the other two choices?
A smuggler friend of Han Solo, or a skull in Jabba's Rancor pit?
Olivia. Okay, 50-50 chance.
It is 50-50.
What was the? Can you pronounce the name again?
Bidlo Quirv.
Bidlo?
Bidlo Kwrve.
Was it the skull?
It is the skull of Jabba's Rancor pit. There he is.
Why did we focus on like what this? Why?
So there's
Just
a
what-
whole Wikipedia page on just the skull, and I'm going to read it in almost its entirety. Bidlo Quirv was an employee of the Hutt crime lord Jabba, who has a full name that I will tell you later, who competed against the Twi'lek Bib Fortuna to be the Hutt's major domo. Fortuna was successful in claiming the job, while Quirv ended up as an early victim of the crime lord's pet Rancor, Patissa. It has a name. In Jabba's palace on the planet Tatooine. Quirv's skull remained in the Rancor pit below the palace until the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker was dropped into the pit for execution. The Jedi picked up the skull and threw it across the pit as the Rancor attempted to eat him. The button caused the door to the pit to lower onto Batissa's neck and killed the creature, inadvertently avenging Quirv.
That
That
entire
is
thing
amazing.
was made for a skull that appeared in the movie for
This
2
is too
seconds.
much. I'm gonna. I can't.
I love it.
For 2 whole seconds.
This was confirmed. So he first appeared in the '83 film Return of the Jedi, and he was introduced
appeared?
without being a skull in the Star Wars source book in 1987, 4 years later. And then it was not until the release of Jabba's Palace Limited, set of Decipher Star Wars customizable card game in 1998, that the skull from Return of the Jedi was identified as being Quirv's. And then it was confirmed to be canon in 2016.
Say the name of the game. Java's what?
Jabba's Palace Limited. Set of Decipher's Star Wars customizable card game.
Well, can't make this up.
We didn't, and I couldn't if I tried.
No, that is all real. That's canon.
There was a bit later where we were like, should we start making up some answers? And they were like, no. You just fill it out with like other stuff on this page because it's ridiculous. So yeah, that's Bidlo Quirv.
Alright, here's question 6. Question 6 is we're getting a little bit deeper into the lore. 2-1B/DRX, the medical droid that made Anakin Vader after Mustafar.
Of course,
Ordered for Vader's helmet to be waxed with what material? In hopes that the shine would distract Palpatine from the shortcuts they were forced to implement during surgery. Was it A, voodoo hide,
Sarah.
B,
What? We didn't even. Are we not waiting for the answer? Whoa! Are we not waiting for the answer?
Okay.
To be read.
Yeah.
So you get it. Sarah,
So
you get.
Well,
let's see.
Well,
no,
I think they should duel for it, man.
Well,
Ooh,
I think
a duel.
As
she
ancient
seemed
Jedi
very
tradition.
sure of it. I think she should say what she thinks it is.
But she didn't wait till the answers were
didn't
done.
wait? No.
You'd never used
She-
to have to.
You should.
I buzzed in early before, and I was
This
forced
was
to make an
never a
answer.
rule.
Nah, here's the thing. Sarah, I'm sorry to let you know, but no matter what we do from here on out, you are going to get a Sith Lord point, because that was just an evil
A
move.
Sith Lord point?
Sith Lord point, because that was just pure evil.
I'm sorry. This is.
So
I'm
let
gonna give
me- let
Alex
me-
a
let me read-
patience point as well, just to balance it out. Okay, but I
Let me
do
read
think
the
I think they
answers
both
first.
know the answer. I think they have to duel for it though, in the ancient Jedi technique of rock paper scissors.
Through
Yes.
audio only.
So I will do rock paper scissors shoot, and then you will say what you will say. All right, you ready?
Okay.
All right, Duel of the Fates is playing. If you can't hear it, all right, here we go.
Apparently, I'm evil Anakin.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Rock paper scissors shoot.
Paper.
Ooh.
The Sith loses, like they should.
Booyah.
That's ridiculous. He said it after me.
It's on a delay for you.
Yeah,
There's a 1 second delay in Discord.
Ever.
So Alex, this is it. Out of the answers that we said,
What is the answer?
what is
It's
the answer?
voodoo hide.
It is voodoo hide.
Voodoo hide is correct.
Alex is
Huzzah!
on the board now.
Yay!
Fun fact about the voodoo hide. The two droids operating on Vader in the MPAL Recon Center also known as the Emperor Palpatine Surgical Reconstruction Center, were ordered to keep him awake so that the pain would make him stronger. The Emperor Palpatine Surgical Reconstruction Center.
That's a voodoo.
Also, that's a voodoo. That is the shit they took.
The voodoo. So the voodoo. I guess their hide is used to polish things. At least they do it once. And
what
a
hide?
voodoo,
There's so much
a voodoo also, a voodoo claw actually bisected Lobot's brainstem from his body, which caused him to need to become a cyborg. So voodoos are quite the creature. They don't appear
very
on screen ever.
Okay.
This is ridiculous. I'm coming after all of you at night, and my red lightsaber is gonna turn on, like in Rogue One.
So she is a Sith.
And I'm just
Whoa,
gonna-
she is a Sith.
She is a Sith. She
That's
just
pretty
came from-
evil.
Well, she's a Sith. That's pretty evil. Got him. Okay, so we're halfway
Alright.
through.
Yeah,
We're okay. So we've got Sara with 3 points and a Sith Lord point, Olivia with 2 points, and Alex with 1 point, a Patience point, and a Fallout 76 point. So this is pretty tense right now. This is pretty good. So here's question 7. Fathers are important figures in Star Wars. Which of the following is not true? A. Greedo is older than his father. B. Bosk ate his father. C. Han Solo's dad's name is Dan. Or D. George Lucas said that Yoda is the bastard child of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy.
Alex.
Alex.
I'm going with Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy.
That is true. He did say that, so it's an incorrect. It's an incorrect
Sara.
answer. Sara.
B.
Bosk did eat his father.
No.
Right, so there's 2 true answers here.
They're all true, but one. Which of the following is not true?
Olivia.
Oh.
Olivia.
I'm 50-50 chance here. This is either Dan Solo or or the first one. It was
Greedo is older than
he's
his father.
older than his father. That's just so weird. I feel like it has to be true, but like, hang on. I didn't watch the Solo movie, so I don't know.
Don't.
They probably don't address.
Don't watch it. It's not
God.
good.
Well, I guess we're gonna say it's A.
Greedo is older than his father.
What? All right.
Because of some timeline nonsense.
Wait, no, I meant that one was true.
Nope.
I guess we're going to give everyone a confusion point because no one paid attention to the question when it was being read. But Han
it's not a
Solo's
confusion
dad
point.
is
It's
not
not a-
named Dan.
No, it is not a confusion point. It is a Jedi mind trick point.
A Jedi mind trick
Yeah.
point.
That's true. That's true.
But yes, Greedo is older than his father due to some timeline stuff that no one cared to pay attention
That's
to.
why I said it was so weird. It had to be true. Like,
Bosk ate his father, and George Lucas said on tape that Yoda is the bastard
I
child
knew
of
that
Kermit the
was-
Frog and Miss Piggy.
It's
And I was
that
like, what could I
man,
possibly say that is father related and not true? Dan Solo. That's what I came up with. Fun fact, I searched the word dad on Wikipedia and I found a character in Star Wars canon named Dad. Here is what it says.
Please.
Dad was a pilot droid working for the Star Tours travel company until he suffered an accident that destroyed him to some extent. Fellow working droid G290 considered Dad Star Tours' best pilot.
Thanks, God.
Oh my. Maybe it's just DAD. It's not
No,
dad.
it's
it's
capital
Dad.
D, lowercase a, lowercase d.
It
Oh,
is in fact
well.
Dad.
It is quite literally
Alright.
Dad.
Question number 8. What happened to Emperor Palpatine when he went to the most prestigious educational institution in the galaxy? Was it A, he graduated early, making him canonically one of the smartest individuals in the Star Wars universe? Was it B, he was expelled for, quote, a petty misdemeanor? Was it C, he operated a blue puff cube vending station to pay his way through college? Or was it D, he got lazy and flunked out?
Sarah?
Sarah!
I'm gonna go with C.
C is incorrect.
Quick question before we take an answer. Are blue puff cubes canon things?
Yeah, they are indeed. Blue puff cubes are
Wow.
Blue puff cubes are giant marshmallows that are sweet confectionery treats for children in the Star Wars universe, by the way.
Wow.
I
There
just
you
saw a
go.
picture of them. Here they are.
Alright. Olivia.
Olivia.
I'm gonna say. I guess I'll say B.
That is correct. He was expelled for, quote, a petty misdemeanor. And the reason why I put it in quotes is because they literally have no reason as to why he was expelled. They just say that, yeah, he was just expelled.
Just a bad kid or something. I don't.
They said he was a problem child.
Like
yeah.
literally,
had
they
a
portrayed
feeling.
him. They portrayed him as a normal person going to college, and he got expelled, and then he turned evil.
He went to
So-
college. That's already. There's
Yeah,
a Star
there you
Wars
go.
like they have colleges and. All right.
What happened to my image? Did it get deleted?
Yeah,
It never showed up.
Oh, I clicked sending. Alright, there it is. Sorry. Anyway,
There they are.
here is perhaps my favorite question of the whole thing. So, this I just love it. Jabba the Hutt has a comic series with Dark Horse Comics that came out in 1995. I found out about it today. It's fantastic. Which of the following didn't happen in the series? A. He played a game of sabacc to win a lightsaber, which he ate. B. He blew up one of his crew members' heads after he had been eaten by Princess Nampi, who wanted to marry him. C. Jabba mentioned he participated in and survived the orgies of Spunchina.
No.
Or D. Jabba ate a woman.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Jabba ate a woman?
Jabba did eat a woman, so that is not. So that is the wrong answer.
Jabba, what are you doing?
He just ate a woman.
Jabba, what's wrong with you?
So 2 of these are
Jabba
true,
got
1 is
hungry.
false. You gotta find the false one.
Can you read them again?
I'd love to. Jabba played a game of sabacc to win a lightsaber, which he ate. Jabba blew up one of his crew members' heads after he had been eaten by Princess Nampi, who wanted to marry him. Or Jabba mentioned he participated in and survived the orgies of Spunchina.
Olivia.
Olivia.
I'm gonna say. I think I'm just gonna go with the lightsaber one. It's the most mundane of the other two. I don't.
That is the correct answer.
Yay.
Princess Nampi, that is a wild story. She basically, like, kidnapped Jabba's whole crew, put him on a freighter, and then, to try to impress Jabba, she ate one of his crew members. And then Jabba's like, ooh, I put a bomb in his head in case he ever betrayed me. So then he blew it up while she was swallowing him, and she died instantaneously. It was gruesome. And then Spunchina only has a few sentences on the Wikipedia page. It says, Spunchina is known throughout the galaxy for its wild orgies, which not many survive. Jabba survived one of these orgies or something.
One of these.
And I heard Jabba ate a woman and I didn't want any more details. So it's like, that's all I need. But the fun fact about this is that the comic series only had 4 books. They were titled Jabba the Hutt, The Gar Supon Hit, Jabba the Hutt, The Hunger of Princess Nampi, Jabba the Hutt, The Dynasty Trap, and Jabba the Hutt, Betrayal. The best part, however, is that all the comics were collected together for one book collection called Jabba the Hutt, The Art of the Deal. Which may sound familiar to some of you. Absolutely brilliant.
Wow, I mean, I just have no words. I really.
Oh, I should tell you Jabba's full name.
yeah,
Because I was. It's so absurd. Okay, here it is. It's loading. Okay. Jabba Disilegic Tior, more commonly referred to as Jabba the Hutt, or simply Jabba, and formerly styled as His Excellency Jabba Disilegic Tior of Nal Hutta, Eminence of Tatooine.
That's a lot.
That's iconic.
There it is. Don't you just love Star Wars? I know I do.
Oh yeah.
Question number 10. Which of these foods are not actual foods that can be found in the Star Wars universe? Is it A, Nabooian nerve knockers? B, seasoned Enyaq bobs over Tirlop Zidcody? Is it C,
Wait, what?
base waffles? Or D, Druin chunks?
Sarah?
Sarah!
Oh my god. Could you read them again?
You can't buzz in and then ask for the answers again.
Sarah.
That's such a
That's another Sith.
That's
Lord
another
point.
Sith point. That's another Sith point.
No, I was
Yes.
gonna say D, but I wanted.
Then you have to say D.
I'll say D.
Can you tell me the name of it?
It was like
'Cause I don't- 'cause
chunks
that's
or
just a-
whatever.
Druin chunks?
Druin chunks.
Druin chunks is correct. The other foods are real foods.
Including
Fun
space
fact.
waffles, which baffled me.
Space waffles is a real food, and it is one of the most recognized foods.
I thought you said face waffles.
See, that's
Me
what the
too.
one-
And
Me
that is
too.
way
We were
more
all laughing.
terrifying.
Yeah. See,
And
that's
No,
what
I
Anything
had
like
space.
Yeah, we all were
Fun-
laughing, so I didn't hear that third option, so that's why I wanted you to read it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the fun facts here. All right,
Ask before you
let's-
buzz
no,
in.
let's not get hostile here. All right, I get it. We're all.
I'm sorry, I forgot, okay? I'm stressed.
How can we not when there's a Sith in our presence?
That's what I'm saying. Like Sith scum. I get it. Fun fact.
Look out.
Nabooian nerve knockers are treats favorited by Toon Pod Racer Ben Quadranos.
Nice, Ben.
Seasoned Enyaq bobs over Tirlop Zigcody was a it was a favorite food served during the Fairmer Cafe that was only brought up once in a journal.
Before
And
you,
say- what?
I was gonna say before anyone like answered this question, I was gonna ask Matt, did you practice like pronouncing these?
Yes, Enyaq bobs over Tirlop Zigcody is such a tough thing to say.
Oh, that's incredible.
Nabooian nerve knockers and space waffles are easy, but I mean, think about it. I'm gonna send you exactly what it is, and tell me if you can say it for the very first time. It is seasoned Enyaq bobs over Tirlop Zigcody.
I want a
You
nerve
practiced
knocker.
that one the most. I know you.
Seasoned Enyaq bobs over Tirlop Zicadi.
There it is.
Sounds
Don't forget about the
Italian,
space
what-
waffles, man. Don't forget about
That was
space
Space waffles,
easy.
yeah. Space waffles were favorited by those visiting Old Joe's Pit Shop on planet Lothal. There it is. Lothal, yeah. Go visit Old Joe's Pit Shop, and you're gonna be able to get yourself a stack of space waffles.
Okay, it's question 11. Which of the following is not part of a romantic monologue that Anakin says to Padme in Star Wars Attack of the Clones? Which of the following is not part of a romantic monologue that Anakin says to Padme in Star Wars Attack of the Clones? Is it A? And now that I'm close to you again, I'm in agony. B. I just want to scream, scream, scream. C. You are in my very soul, tormenting me. D. I'm haunted by the kiss you never should have given me. Or E.
Olivia.
I love you.
Olivia.
I love you is definitely
Back
not in
down,
there.
Sith.
Oh my god. I was still reading, so I couldn't really figure out stuff.
That's
what was
another
going
Sith point, Sith point, Sith point.
Whoa!
Unbelievable.
I thought you were done.
so evil. You've been
No, I
so
kind of
evil
did too.
tonight.
I
Matt,
waited.
did you catch it, or were you too busy rewriting your stupid stuff down there?
I had to finish this one because I wasn't finished.
Did you catch who
Alex.
buzzed in first?
We'll just duel it again.
I-
guess.
Are we
Here's
gonna
what
do
we're
rock
gonna do.
paper scissors
We'll do
again?
it. We'll do a three-way duel to determine who gets to go.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
ready?
All right, three-way duel.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock.
Rock.
But I could-
Wow. Great.
What was
Giving
that?
everyone a rock point for that one.
The
Okay,
pause before.
let's do another one. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Scissors,
Rock.
paper.
Wait, but this is a three-way.
Oh my god.
That's how this works.
You have no room to
Here's
talk.
what we're gonna
Matt.
do. I'm gonna do no.
I
no,
guess
stop,
nobody
stop.
gets
I am doing the old traditional Jedi way of doing things, and that is eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch it, bite it, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mother says to pick the very best one, and you are it. It is the Sith Lord Sara.
Ah,
Yeah.
boo,
That's not
boo,
allowed.
boo, no.
There's a recall.
Recall.
What?
Those votes are illegal. I don't accept that.
Listen, no, listen.
Hey,
Oh,
it's
as
too
a
late,
Jedi
already.
myself,
Okay,
I have to
wait.
cover
I could solve
No.
this with a trivia question.
Oh.
Who was the deciding vote that got Palpatine elected as senator?
Oh. I don't-
Anyone? Just shout it out.
Any-
Samuel Jackson.
No.
Oh.
It is a well-known character, though.
Yoda.
No.
Was it Count Dooku?
Nope.
Keep going.
Was it the
Jar Jar Binks.
It was Jar Jar Binks.
Boys.
So, Alex, you get to answer then.
Are you kidding?
You get Jar Jar Binks.
I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with B, the screaming.
It is the screaming one.
Hey!
Ridiculous.
What a redemption.
I was thinking of the I like sand.
That is what precedes the conversation, I'm pretty sure. I think then they go to the fireplace, and then he just goes on about the monologue. It's absurd. Then the next day they get married. Anyway, this was, the fun fact is that this was written by George Lucas. And it shows. Also, in the musical rendition of the prequels called Annie, A&I,
Yes.
a song's
no.
lyrics is composed completely out of this monologue, and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. What's the song called again?
I'm
If
haunted
anyone
by the
wants to look
kiss
it
that
up.
you never should have given me.
There you go.
I'm haunted by the kiss. That's pretty good.
Be sure to look it up. Great. Sponsor us, Star Kid.
I love no, that was a good show. I don't
So good.
Question 12. Droidicas are powerful droids with dual blasters and deflector shield generators built in their internal systems. But what was their major flaw in making them? Was it A, the shields were only able to be powered for a minute before having to be fully charged? Was it B, they couldn't see behind them? Was it C, their blasters were only able to be made base model 11s and were unable to be modified? Or D, was it they had to reestablish their grounding after rolling for too long?
Sarah.
Sarah,
C.
C is incorrect.
Wait, are we looking for the true or false one?
You were looking for the true one.
Okay, Olivia.
Yeah.
Olivia,
The first one.
first one is incorrect.
Okay.
Okay.
Alex.
Alex.
The two that are left are the rolling and the looking behind, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say looking behind.
Looking behind them is correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So even after the droid manufacturers designed droidicas to be perfect killing machines, they forgot to incorporate, them being able to move. So they weren't able to turn around quickly, making them susceptible from attacks from behind, because they're like turrets when they're not rolling. So yeah, they kind of suck.
So that is all the questions, but we do have a tiebreaker lightning round. But before we get to that,
Gotta be fast.
I kind of want to give people the opportunity to earn a bonus point if they do an impression of a Star Wars character.
Oh, God.
So we'll go down the line. Sarah, you go first. You have to do an impression of a Star Wars character that we approve of.
Okay. Can I do Han Solo?
No. It's
What?
just Harrison Ford. He speaks in an American accent.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Okay, fine. I have to think about this a little more then.
Wanna come back?
Jackson,
Yes.
can I also do one? I want to do two.
Sure. You can do it after they go. Olivia.
Okay.
Anakin, you're scaring me.
What was that?
What? It's Padme.
Padme's just Natalie Portman.
I know.
Do you,
Just Natalie Portman.
do you have another line of hers that you could say potentially?
God, I don't know.
Other than Anakin, you're scaring me.
Well, no, that's when he was choking her out, if you remember, while she was like pregnant. So
Do you want to hear my Padme impression?
go for it. Stop that.
Mean.
Should we give her the Padme point or no, Matt? What do you think?
We have to hear Alex's.
Well, it's a yes or no. Does the point awarded? No. Yeah, or yes. Because everyone can get one if it's do they do the impression or not. Was it
I'll say-
sufficient?
I'll say sure.
The pity Padme point. Okay, Alex, he's got an impression.
Yes, I do. It's gonna be interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
Someone wants to know.
No,
What did you say?
Someone wants to know.
What is that?
Is it Jar Jar Binks?
Someone wants to know?
I'm literally like that doesn't count.
What do you mean that doesn't count? That's a voice. You did
Mrs. Stefan, you can
Padme.
move.
That's a normal human being. No.
No.
You took the easy way out. I let my actor
Excuse
within
me.
me emerge.
But the most safest place would be Gunga City.
Jar Jar was my first like thought, and then I was like, I can't
That's-
embarrass myself like that.
that was the-
Yeah, and
that-
I was willing to embarrass myself.
That was the
for this
secret
show.
point. Alex
But he
gets
doesn't- he's not a
he
real
gets a double Jar Jar.
character. George Lucas-
No, he is, and Ahmed Best did great. He's getting a
I-
double Jar Jar points. If you say this, it'll be done game basically. This is the quote from Jar Jar I'd like you to say.
Wait, no. Let me.
It's too late.
No, I was gonna do Jar Jar.
I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one.
Okay. All right. Let's see how this goes. Boom de casa.
Oh God. Okay, Sarah, you were gonna do Jar Jar.
I'm going to, yeah.
Would you like a line to read, or you got one?
Misa gone
I can't.
Okay. Sure, I'll give you a Jar Jar point.
Should I do the line that you put in here?
Would you like to? Here is the quote that I'd like you to read in its entirety.
Oh man. Okay. I can't even say it. Okay. Good.
Oh, nice one. There you go.
There it is. That you tried. All right, I'm gonna circle.
No dying without a fight. We so warriors. We still got a grand army.
That's why you don't like it as me.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna circle back to Olivia. Would you like a Jar Jar point? 'Cause if you'd like a Jar Jar
Why
point,
would I
you have.
want that?
Well, here you go. You gotta read the quote, and you'll be on the
lose
board.
job interviews over this.
Well, you're not gonna have a chance to win this game unless you read this quote.
It's oh God. Monsters out there. I can't do it. I can't. No, I refuse. I'm not.
That's an anti-Jar Jar point I'm hearing?
Jar Jar point. Yikes.
Jeez, that's cringe.
Why would I want a Jar Jar point? I no.
Matt, do you want
Monsters
one?
out there.
What? Matt, you want-
I'll do a Jar Jar point, and I will also get myself a Sith Lord point because I will be doing Emperor Palpatine.
Here's the quote I'd like you to read.
Oh my god.
I don't like that you have all these Jar Jar
I have all of them
quotes
memorized.
like offhand, like
Yeah.
you just.
Here we go. Me so busting with happiness see you so again, Annie. She's so happier than most I've seen her in a long old time.
That was good. That was
really good, yeah.
That was really good.
I'd like to read Jar Jar's quote, his lone quote from Revenge of the Sith. Excuse me! That's all he says the whole movie.
What?
It's quite sad. They did my boy Jar Jar dirty.
Also, here you go.
But I will read you the
Also do-
George Lucas quote. Jar Jar is the key to all this. He's a funnier character than we've had before. If we can get him to work, it'll be great. So there it is.
I'll do this one too. This is Emperor Palpatine. Oh, I'm afraid the deflector shield would be quite operational when your friends arrive.
Oh my
Thanks.
god.
That's pretty good.
Wow.
Vader. Yeah. It seems that in your angst, you killed her. So good.
Execute
got-
66.
I got very big Dexter's Laboratory vibes from that.
Okay, so here is the final tiebreaker lightning round. I'm not going to tell you how many points everyone has until the end of this. So here's how it works. We are doing person or planet. I'm going to shout out a name, and you tell me if it's a person or a planet.
Wait, do we buzz in for this though?
Nope, you just yell it.
Oh,
Whoever
wow,
gets it
alright.
right and first. So Matt, keep
Alright,
your ears peeled. You ready?
Yes.
Alexson.
Planet.
Person.
It's a person.
I almost cursed.
Okay.
Embo.
Planet.
Person.
It's a person.
I am on fire.
Olivia.
Here it comes. Dandaran.
Planet.
Planet.
It is a planet, Alex.
Yay!
I know, Sarah.
Mm-mm. Nope. Zarda.
Person.
Person.
Person,
Oh,
Alex.
that's a person.
Yes!
Oh, I knew that was.
Here it
person.
comes. Abafar.
Planet.
It.
It is a planet. I'd say Alex though. Got it.
Oh, come on.
No, I heard myself
writing
say
it
it
down.
before. No.
Ridiculous.
You guys have a delay for each other, so you think
Yeah.
you'll say it first, but it comes through on our end different.
Dang.
Well, that's.
We're halfway through person planet. Moncala.
Person.
Person. Planet.
Planet.
She
That's
said
it.
person and then planet because she realized
I
it was
know.
wrong. what a that's a Sith move. Person planet.
Exactly.
You get one buzz in. It's either right or wrong, and no one gets it.
No.
Yes.
Cheap.
Because
Sarah's such a Sith.
I didn't get
You
a
have
buzz in.
you have
Planet.
you have 3 Sith points, Sarah. Here we
What does it
go.
matter? I always end up in last anyway.
Here is the next one. Polis Massa.
Planet.
Person.
Planet for Alex.
Ridiculous.
Ready for this one? Jimmy.
Person.
Person.
It's a person for Alex.
Ooh.
It is J''MI. Jimmy. Here's the next one. Bosch.
Planet.
Person.
It.
It's a person. I think Olivia got that one.
Olivia got it. I'm writing down.
Bosch only exists in Lego form, I think. I could be wrong, but I know one of these guys is exclusively Lego. Here's the next one. Hishishi.
Person.
Person.
Person for Alex, I think.
What? No.
Here's the next one. Utapau.
Planet.
Person.
Planet for Olivia.
No, that was Sarah.
I think Jackson's hearing is off. because
I'm waiting for
one of them-
Matt for verification. I'm watching him type who wrote it out. So is it Sarah then?
Matt?
It's Sarah.
It's a capital S.
It was an O first, sir.
No, it
just
wasn't.
for just a fact, no opinion. It was an O first. There's 3
That-
left. Tan Hubi.
Planet.
Person. I said person. Is it a person?
It is a person.
Aw.
Yeah. So I've learned that my Matt checker is wrong, so I should not rely on it. There's the last 2. Here's a good one. Abracadore.
Person.
What did you say, Sarah?
Planet.
It's a planet.
Yeah.
The final one. Regor-Mada.
Person.
Planet.
Planet it is.
No, I was gonna say planet.
Yeah, I got it. Cool.
That was quite the round. That was an even split just about on these person planets. So this is the highest scoring game of trivia we've had yet, folks.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm just gonna read out what all the points are. So pay attention, Matt, and you tell me. You'll reveal what all of them are worth as at the end. So who wins at the results? So Sarah has 7 points, a Jar Jar point, 3 Sith Lord points, a Jedi Mind Trick point, and a Rock point.
Wow, that's a lot of points.
Matt has a Jar Jar point and a Palpatine Sith Lord point. Olivia has 8 points, a Padme point, an anti-Jar Jar point, a Jedi Mind Trick point, and a Rock point. And Alex has a Fallout 76 fanboy point, 9 points, a Jar Jar point and a double Jar Jar point, a Patience point, a Jedi Mind Trick point, and a Rock point.
Oh my god, you're gonna need to send the chart in the chat.
You need to take some time with your to review the points.
While we wait.
So okay, we're gonna do a very absurdly brief intermission to figure out who won, and we're back. So
go.
Matt,
All right.
you have reviewed the points, and you've decided the rankings. So do you want to start at the bottom and move up, or what do you want to do?
We'll start from the bottom.
Okay, so in last place, unfortunately, right up there with the Skywalker Saga.
In last place, I apologize to myself. It has to be me.
Ah.
Because Jar Jar points only worth 1 point, but I also got Sith Lord Palpatine.
That's the
And
ultimate Sith Lord points.
Sith Lord points are no good. Sith points are terrible, and I got the Sith Lord Palpatine point. That is negative 50 points. So right off the bat. Next up, we have Sarah.
Oh.
Of course.
Sarah, you do have 7 points and you do have Jar Jar points, but you're just stacked with these Sith Lord, and it's just not looking good for you. You're right next to me. You have negative 40 points. I apologize.
Come to the dark side.
Well, I will see
The next
you all.
one is Olivia. The next one is Olivia.
Oh.
Okay.
Olivia has 8 points and the Padme point. Yes, that's true. But the anti-Jar Jar point, man, that's a rough one. That gets everyone.
Yeah.
That's blasphemy, dude.
Yeah, that gets everyone. So you are not in the negatives, which is good, but anti-Jar Jar points negate all other points. So you do have a 0.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, so that leaves second place and first place. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's see. I gotta look something up first.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
Remember when I asked if you were ready?
No. Uh-oh.
Here we go. Drum roll, please. Jackson DiCarlo is the winner again. Alex comes in close, very close to Jackson, but the Fallout 76 fanboy point really just destroyed you. But Jackson, of course, gets the Sith Supreme World Leader, even above Leader Snoke. Supreme Snoke has nothing compared to Jackson.
He is nothing.
Jackson got the Order 66.
Yes. I am the ultimate trivia warlock. I shall
Alex
reign supreme forever.
only had 25 points for all of it, but fine. Jackson coming in with 66 points due to the Order 66 point he did earn. How do you feel, Jackson? A winner again.
Have you ever heard the tragedy of everyone else on High Noon Trivia? I thought not. It's not the story Matt would tell you. It's an old Fredonia legend about an unstable man with an insatiable ego that could be undefeated in a pointless game of trivia on a variety show.
Congratulations, Supreme Ruler Jackson DiCarlo.
This game's rigged.
It is.
No, it's not. This is a completely fair game in which all the
Wipe
points
them out,
matter.
all of them.
But I mean, that is it for this episode. But a little announcement: next week is the final episode of, we're gonna call it the season. This season. We don't even know what's gonna happen next episode. But all we'll say is stay tuned because some exciting things might happen.
Each day we grow closer and closer to victory.
Is there anything else you would like to say, Supreme Leader DiCarlo?
I shall reign forever.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been great. We're gonna bring it back to the hosts. Jackson DiCarlo, in this game, did get executed by Supreme Leader. So I will send it back.
Okay.
That wraps up for this week's broadcast of High Noon Friday. Thanks for joining us, and make sure you tune in next week, same time, same place. High Noon Friday has been brought to you on WCBF 88.9 FM The Voice and WDBL 89.5 The Inferno on the web.
Our producers and scriptwriters are Jackson DiCarlo and Matt Gillespie. Sports is prepared and read by Josh Schmitt. News is by Topher Elkins, and weather is by Jules Hoepting. Tune in next week for our last episode of the season of High Noon Friday. I'm Donnie Waterfowl.
And I'm Michael Roden. Thanks for listening. Make sure to tune in next week, same time,
Bye.